All right, Dahlia, here's a look at run one in the slalom course. All right, some good stuff in there. Knocking gates around, we like that. So, we can't push it to the ground, though. Because once you push it to the ground, we can't pole plant, right? You're bigger and stronger than that gate. It'll flop down, right? But you are blocking it in the correct manner, meaning that we do want our pole horizontal to the ground such that after it flops down, we can just drop this to the ground using our wrist to pole plant. But if you push the gate down, then the hand's really too low to pole plant, and there really isn't one. A big thing we're trying to work on is higher edge angles, rolling them up the top of the turn, creating a platform then to push against with our outside leg. Right, you can see here all that spray just skidding all the top of the turn. Right, so we got to be patient, roll them up right now. We should be dropping knees that way. And you did a little bit. Better turn there, right? We did put the pole down right there, but it's really behind us. We need a forward pole plant. We need to have this, again, the pole, a little bit more like that. And then we're going to drop it to the ground more forward. And we like to have more of a vertical pole plant, meaning it came through here and it should be out here. Right. Width, we talk about a lot that we need to narrow the stance. And sometimes you are narrow and sometimes you're wide and sometimes it's in between. So we have to keep a consistent width of our feet throughout the entire run, turn, transition, etc. And generally speaking, we want to try to narrow it a tad. I mean, that's a pretty good width there. And then it widens out. Right. Hairpins, I know this is just starting off on clearing gates and etc. But a hairpin, we want to alternate hands. You came in here, cross block the top. We want to now use, your left arm, the other arm, cross block these two, if they're in your way, which I guess maybe they were not. So better than reaching over. But we want to be able to have good direction coming out. We're way low here, right? We want to be at this point, up here near these, coming out with better direction, because now we're just running the low line. And you can see here, when you're hitting that gate, your skis are going off this way, and we wanted to be, have more of a turn done and be closer going that way, heading off to where we want to start our next turn. Good ankle flexion, though. In the front of the boot, fairly level. Good job. Poles up. Kind of pushed it down, though. You can see you pushing it down, therefore your hand dropping way low. Can't pole plant. Don't need to push them down. Again, it's hard. It's kind of blurry, but never really rolled them up high, so they're kind of flat. Skis were flat and they're skidding around. And again, like we talked about, inconsistent width here. Now you have your feet like really close together and really far apart. there. We're going to get wide here. So need to have a similar and consistent width throughout. Flushes, again, we want to use one arm. So we're going to clear with our left hand because it's crosswalk to top. Inside arm clear. You alternated. You use the other hand. It's got to be one arm throughout. Hairpin down here. We're going to alternate, which you kind of did, but they really weren't in your way, so you just reached over and gave them a smack. I punched them. Doesn't really make us faster, but it's fun. All right, so let's work on consistent width. Narrow it a little bit, but we have to have that width throughout. We need to make sure we're rolling up our skis to a high edge angle, top of the turn, tipping them up. All right, so we can pressure the outside ski. And we have to have a pole plant. We have to be clearing with our ski pole horizontal and not pushing the gate down. And have a quick forward pole plant right after clearing the gate. Block and plant, block and plant.